is a general reading for the sign of Pisces. My readings are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. I want to thank everyone for the love and support that they have shown me towards my channel. And for my new subscribers, welcome. If this reading resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember to click the post bell so you get alerts when videos are posted. So Pisces, I would like to say we're safe and sound. We're literally at the truck stop right now and chilling. So, well, first things first. Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces? Okay, so let me tell you guys what actually happened. So I'm driving today and come up a hill, and all of a sudden there's nothing. Like, I'm pushing on the gas, there's nothing, and I make it up the hill, start to come down, and it's like the battery seems to have died on the truck or something, like literally while I'm driving. So I don't know how the hell that happened, but that's not really what physically happened. We called, like I told you guys earlier, we called to the Loves to get a service truck to come out, and they told us that it was going to be 3 hours. So we called around to a couple of other places, and it was just ridiculous. Like, the amount of time, the wait, the distance, the amount of money that they were trying to charge for coming out to help us on the side of the road, right? So we're now waiting for the Loves, and so I'm like, I'm supposed to do a reading. I was already supposed to have done a reading in the morning, but the timing was just off. Okay, so we have the Fool card. So the timing was off because I ended up leaving late from where we were. Okay, so the Fool is like new beginnings, taking steps that some would consider foolish. The Fool reminds us that, you know, the path of our personal development, like what we're supposed to be doing in life, basically. This is like just being happy and being part of the world. This is like listening to your instincts and doing what you want, even if you're scared. Just knowing that the journey will take you where you need to go so that you can have the experiences that you need to have. So this is like committing to what you want to do in life and just literally doing it. Jumping out the window, having faith, knowing that God is going to catch you, and starting your own business, moving away, dating that person that some would consider foolish. So this is like steps that people would say, oh, you're stupid for doing that, or you're foolish for doing that. You don't care, you're doing it. Okay? All right. Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces? So in the process, that's when I sat down to, well, literally I was trying to call an Uber. My Uber app was not working because I was trying to figure out, it seemed like either the battery was dead or it ran out of gas. That was the issue. So I'm like, okay, so, but the gas hand is saying that there's gas in it, and I drive this truck every day, and it doesn't look like it's out of gas. Like, literally when it cut off, the gas hand has been doing something weird, so it jumped up to like a half a tank of gas. Now, it wasn't that much gas in there. I already knew when it shut off, but that's what it did. So it was kind of weird. It was either gas or batteries, what it seemed like. So I'm like, if we need gas, and mind you, the Loves is literally in my view. Like, I can see out of my rear view mirror, out of my mirror on the side, I can see the Love sign. So this is how close we were to this place. So close, but yet so far. So I can see the sign, and I'm like trying to call Uber, trying to call a Lyft. Neither one of my apps would work, and I'm putting in new credit card payments on both accounts. The Lyft app just would not come up, and we're in Florida, so there is no way in hell there's not a Lyft in Florida, or not an Uber in Florida. Like, the way this was happening was like God is saying, or the universe is saying, just chill, you need to stay still for a minute. So I'm still trying to, you know, push forward a little bit because I wanted to deliver our load. We were like only 30 minutes away from our drop. And then I'm telling my husband, I said, let me just go ahead and do my reading because it almost seems like we're just supposed to sit here for a minute. But he sees that I'm being frustrated. Like, I'm getting very frustrated with this whole situation because I just did not want to sit there. So then he's like, just sit down, calm down, and do your reading. So I sit down, calm down, try to do my reading. But I was so frustrated even in the process. Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces? But I tried to get you guys a clear reading, and I think I did that, but I felt like I left some stuff out because my mind, body, and soul was just like still trying to figure out like what is happening and why am I sitting here on the side of the road. But anywho, just so you guys know, Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces? The minute I got done with your video and started to upload it, the love guy shows up. Now the mechanic is here. So he's like trying to put the fuel in the truck, and then he's telling me to go ahead and start it. But we're trying to figure out why it's cycling through, it's not doing anything. It's literally turning over, but it's not starting. So then he's looking at the filter and he's like, well, the filter has some type of sludge stuff in it, and he has to go back to the Loves and get us a new filter. So he goes right back to the Loves and gets us a new filter. And while this is happening, I'm uploading the video now. Okay, we have rest and relaxation. That's the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is rest, retreat, re-energizing, meditating, contemplation, recuperation, or need for seclusion to process your emotions. So this is like taking a break, taking a time out, stopping and meditating, stopping to just gather yourself or gather your feelings. This is also like going to be by yourself, you know, hanging out by yourself just to get your thoughts together. So as he went back to go get the filter, the video's uploading. By the time he's back, the video has uploaded, and now the video has been put out to the world, to the universe, and now he's putting the filter in. And we're having an issue because he's like, he cleaned the filter out, and now we go to start the truck, and he's saying it needs, it still had a little sludge in it because it was still acting up. So now he's talking about injectors, and I don't know if too many of you know anything about injectors, but when they start talking about injectors and shit, this is a lot. And I told you guys back in another video that I had already gotten my truck rebuilt. It cost a lot of money. I don't know if I told you guys the actual story. So this is the Two of Cups. But anyway, that's a lot of money that they're talking about, but they said they didn't do that anyway. The Two of Cups is like partnerships, soulmates, mutual attractions, friendships, things that are meant to be, soul bonds, people who are meant to get together to create something or just support each other. This person can help you become a better person. So this person could also be like your twin flame love. This person could be a friend that's been around for forever, or this person could be a friend that you just met. So someone coming into your life, someone hanging out with you. This could be a partner for a business that basically just started. This could also be a new person that you just ran into and you're like, hey, I know I don't really want to date anybody, but this person has now piqued your interest and you're interested in this person. So if you are a person that's, you know, trying to create a business, this person is like, you know, they feel like your best friend in any situation. Like if it's a marriage, a partnership, this person feels like they have been connected to you for forever. That's what that's like. Okay, so then we have Temperance. Temperance is balance. You guys, this Temperance card keeps coming out a lot, like peace and patience. This card reminds you to go with the flow instead of trying to force a pace or direction, but take things as they come and remain flexible. That's what it's like. Just be flexible enough to change with the changes and trust your inner voice. So as things are happening, or as circumstances change in your life, or as situations change in your life, being able to make the adjustments and just going with the flow. That's what that's about, like I had to do earlier. Okay, so now we're trying to figure out, anyway, the whole thing was that basically there was some type of sludge or some type of something that came from the gas stations or whatever that where we're getting gas from, that blocked up the fuel filter and wasn't allowing fuel to get through. So I ended up on the side of the road because the fuel filter was blocked up and it wasn't getting fuel to the engine, I guess. But I don't know, in the process of that, it just made me feel like the way everything was going, like I needed to sit still. I needed to have some patience, okay, in my life. but I got through, and I just felt like part of my reading that I gave you guys earlier, I needed to come back and just give you another reading because of the fact that you guys kind of helped me, or doing the reading kind of helped me get through the situation, because it kind of changed my focus. So I'm safe, and as you see, and now we're here giving you guys another reading. So Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces? It's just been a kind of a weird day, only because it's like sometimes we want to push our way through situations, or when stuff happens, we want to just get out of that, whatever it is. We want to get out of it as fast as we can. And if God is saying, I need you to slow down a little bit, then that's when stuff like that starts to happen. When you know you don't want to be here, or you're trying to, you know, see if you can get out of that situation yourself. You're trying to do it yourself, but everything, there's always a roadblock. There's a roadblock standing in your way. Okay, so we have the Empress. And the Empress is about harvest, birth, like birth of a child. And I tell you guys, I've been telling you guys, there's some kids that are going to be born at the end of this year because of this fruition and bringing things to us. And this is about harvest. This is about being ready to start a family. This is about abundance. This is about a person that's very nurturing, that takes care of other people. So I'm feeling like you could be a nurse, a medical assistant, a CNA. This is also about natural growth, prosperity, and the fullness of life. Bloom like springtime coming in, flowers blooming. This is about using your creativity to generate ideas and birth them into fruition. Also, this is like movies, books, music, anything creative. It's like creating a legacy. This could also represent your mother. So if you haven't called your mother, I tell you guys this all the time, every time this card comes up. If you're the child, call your mother. And maybe if you're the mother, call your child. If you haven't spoken to your child in a while. If you're just missing your child, call them and say, what up? I miss you. If you're like me, I talk to my kids probably, at least 3 of them almost every day. So call and talk to your kitties. The Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is like gaining knowledge of self, actually. Trying to figure out how the world works. This is like trying to figure out you, like you as a new person, as you're on your spiritual journey, as you're trying to kind of develop yourself, just trying to figure out who you are. You're asking lots of questions, and you're experiencing a lot of positive change and improvement in yourself. Exploring new ways of thinking, new ideas, and new perspectives. You're literally like, and I know I keep saying literally, but literally changing, Pisces. Changing for the better. Becoming a different person. Becoming a new you. And like I told you in the other video, by the end of the year, your whole thought pattern is going to be different. You're going to be different. You're building and improving yourself every day. Okay, so we have this card again. This came out earlier today. It's the 6 of Pentacles. This is about money. So building and improving yourself every day, and figuring out about your money. Trying to change your circumstances, your situation. So right now, if you're in a situation where you need help, ask for it. And if you're in a situation where you can give. Oh, there's a, I gotta find out what it was. I think it was talking about gifts. It's a scripture in the Bible that talks about gifts. And it was saying that if you have money, you should share it. If you have, whatever your gift is, you should share it. Like, God gives everyone talents. God gives everybody gifts. And you should share it with the world. Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces? And it was just funny because it even also said if you have spiritual gifts or spiritual talents, you should share it with the world. Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces? And it's just funny because even like, you know, the story that I was telling you about what happened to me earlier, it was like once I was obedient, I just had a seat and I just gave out the reading like I was supposed to. I hope I didn't half-ass it. I'm sure you guys will let me know if I did. But as soon as I got done, I was free. Now I'm actually safe. And I was freed from that predicament. So then we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a guide, a wise person, a teacher, or a counselor. This is also about regression of deep feelings, like holding stuff in that you need to get out. So if there's something that you need to talk about with one of your family members, or, you know, your mother, your father, your significant other, stop holding stuff in, Pisces, and go ahead and get it out. You'll feel so much better. This is also about being very detached. Like now you're like not feeling your emotions, or you're trying to hide from your emotions. But like I keep telling you about this card, this is also a warning card. This could be like self-medicating, drinking, drugs, just basically trying to cover up the hurt. And that's not going to help you in the end. That's just basically giving you, you know, freedom for the moment, sleeping, you know, too much or something. But you still have to deal with the situation. So this is about being very emotional and holding it in. When I said like a teacher or a guide, you could be literally a teacher. That could be your profession. You could also be a counselor, a mentor for kids, or a psychiatrist type counselor. The Hermit card. The Hermit card came up earlier too. See, this is telling me that reading earlier must have been dead on, only because these cards are the same cards that are coming out from then. Like a couple of these cards are the same card. Somebody is like withdrawing, somebody's not wanting to engage, and Pisces is Pisces season. So like not wanting to even celebrate your birthday or hang out with anybody, just wanting to stick to yourself, get rid of all the noise, and stay in your quiet space. But this is like finding all the answers, you know, from within, being very still and listening, going to God, going to Goddess, and having conversations like, what do I need to do? How do I take care of, you know, the situation at hand? Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces? Pisces, I feel like some of you guys are just living your best life, like out here, being young, carefree. That's what this Fool card is reminding me of. Enjoying yourself, just partying, drinking. Don't overdo it though, Pisces. Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces? In the next 6 months, you need to be careful as to how you're spending your money. So enjoy yourself, but remember to save, Pisces. Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces? Okay, Two of Swords. Someone's at a crossroad, like they're facing a tough decision and they're letting their emotions interfere with them. So it's like they're feeling stuck or they're at a stalemate. This is like the inability to see the truth or avoidance, like you're blocking your emotions. So it's like being torn between two loyalties. Maybe your best friends are going at it, you know, or two relationships. You have been dating someone, two people, and now you're trying to figure out which one you want to choose, or two situations, maybe two job offers, just anything, but it's like being stuck and you're not really sure about which way to go. So two offers, two people, just being in the middle. And I'm also feeling like just, I don't know, these people are going at it. This is what it's giving me the feeling like these people are going at it and you're like, I don't even want to be in the middle of this situation. I just want to leave, actually. I don't want to do anything. Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces? Like you don't want to be bothered on either side. Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces? All right, Pisces, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is like about phases. It's about karma. It's about luck, cycles, habits, patterns, ups and downs. The Wheel of Fortune is constantly revolving, and it's like sometimes you'll be at the top, sometimes you'll be at the bottom. It's just like reminding you that nothing is permanent, good or bad, and you should cherish the lessons that, you know, you're having, or the moments that it brings. You can't control what the will presents to you, but you can control like your response. So having a good attitude, Pisces. 10 of Cups at the bottom. Having a very good attitude no matter what happens. If you're in a good situation, just remembering nobody can, or well, literally, if you're in a good situation, of course you would like to stay there, and you need to do everything to kind of keep yourself there. But if you're in a bad situation, remember, try to find the silver lining in it, and remember to take the steps, or try to take the steps to get yourself out of it. So also not allowing anybody to push your buttons. Like, you know, when people say, oh, they did this to me, so I did that. You are in control of your emotions, your situation, or your attitude, Pisces. So remember to have a good attitude about the situation. Okay, so, oh God. We have the Death card, and then we have the Six of Swords. So I'm feeling like somebody is leaving, literally breaking up, moving away, getting the hell out of Dodge. So the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is like transitioning to the next phase of your life, running away, getting to a safer place, like just going through the storm and getting the calmer water. So this person, somebody, seems like they're just out, like, I'm out of here, because, and then you have the Death card. This is like transformation, change, moving into new phases. This is not a card of a physical death, although some people close to you may have just passed away. Like my uncle just passed away about a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. So this could be a physical death. Death is the card that speaks of cycles, endings. But endings are also beginnings, guys, so remember that. Everything works to create a need for a change, a natural organic change. So this is like bringing an end to stagnant, unhealthy situations and bringing in a new era, a new situation. So this is like not allowing your fears to get the better of you in this situation, because sometimes endings, like, you know, you got to deal with the emotions of it, but people fear what they don't know. So change is scary, and you have to remember that, to mourn the loss and just keep it pushing. But this looks like literally somebody is contemplating leaving. They're out of here, and they're feeling very carefree, like, I'm just out and I'm over whatever this is, but I'm gone. Somebody is contemplating this, like they're trying to figure out if they should actually leave or if they should stay. Somebody, the universe is telling you, be patient, keep still, that this is coming to an end, but don't push it. Don't push, just allow it to happen the way it's organic, a natural organic change. Somebody is leaving based off of money. It was like you didn't have the same opinion, or you couldn't agree on whatever this money situation is, and you're just out of here. But somebody is leaving for a new person, a hotter, sexier, smarter person, a hotter, handsome, tall, dark, and handsome person. But somebody's been thinking about leaving for a long time, and now it's like, this is the cycle, it's completed, it's over, it's done, I'm fucking out of here. So I don't know who this is, but the ending of this reading seems like somebody's been thinking about, I'm getting ghost, I'm gone. Death to this, death to you, death to us, I'm out. So Pisces, this is your reading. If it resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe. If it doesn't resonate with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the post bell so you get alerts when videos are posted.